It doesn't matter what party you're in. When the American president speaks before the United Nations, it matters. The world is watching, and America will be speaking from a position of grave weakness. That should scare us all, Republican, Democrat, or even unicorn enthusiasts. Bill O'Reilly is here, host of the No Spin News. Bill, good to see you. Have I painted too bleak a picture?
A little bit. You got to go and look at this from a historical point of view. The Iranians led to the demise of President Jimmy Carter. That was the embassy hostages that Walter Cronkite famously put up on the screen every night. This many days they've been held. Carter couldn't get them out. That was the entry to Ronald Reagan. But in 1985, Reagan made the Iran-Contra deal, a secret deal that sold arms to the Iranians and used the money to fund the Contras. Huge mistake. Talk about people not doing what they were supposed to do. Anyway, on this one, it's not as clear-cut as many pundits would have you believe. The money that goes to Iran was frozen in South Korea as part of the worldwide sanctions against the Iranian nuke situation. Yes, they're going to get $6 billion. Blinken embarrasses himself when he says, oh, we're assured they're going to use it for humanitarian purposes. Nobody believes that. Maybe Blinken believes it. I don't know if he's that dumb. I don't know the man. But the mullahs will use the money for whatever they want, and what they want is to create turmoil in the world. Now, let's get to President Biden. He's going to speak tomorrow at the UN. We are informed that much of the speech is going to be on climate change. All right, so Biden sees himself as mitigating the most dangerous thing to the planet, global warming. Not Iran, not China, not Russia, global warming. That's the big enemy in Biden's mind. Americans voted for Joe Biden to the tune of 80 million ballots. And you didn't know that? You didn't know that he didn't have the stomach for confrontation with our enemies? You voted for him anyway. Let's bring in Trump. Now, as you know, Leland, I know Trump as well as anybody on the planet. The reason that he handled the Iranians was because he said to the mullahs, basically to Secretary of State Pompeo, that if you do anything, we're going to blow the hell out of all your ports in the Persian Gulf, and you're not going to get any shipping in and out of there. We'll starve you to death. And the United States could do that in 48 hours, maybe 24. If you look at the map, the Iranian ports are very vulnerable to our bases in Kuwait, to our shipping in the Persian Gulf. And Trump laid it out pretty clearly. This is what's going to happen to you, okay? So they didn't do it. Iranians, as you said, were frightened. They are not frightened of Joe Biden. The thing that disturbed me about Trump, and this is a little bit off topic, but you can bring it back about America's power and how you have to use it for good, is that Trump had the opportunity to take out the Mexican drug cartels by declaring them terrorist groups. And therefore, we could have droned them and used special forces to go in and kill them all, which he should have done, because you know the problems of Mexican drug cartels are causing the American public right now, because Biden, again, is too weak to confront them or even police the border.
Bill, at the beginning of this, you said that I was being too tough and painting too bleak a picture, but you're now going around the world pointing out all the places that America is weaker. I'm wondering how you thought I was being too tough.
Okay, because we don't know the circumstances involved in the release of the hostages as far as their human value is concerned. So if I'm the president, if you're the president, Leland, you're a decent guy. You got to look at and see and weigh, all right, what is more important, saving the lives of 6 American citizens, all of Iranian descent, or being tough guys and say we're not going to give you anything.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.